Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal plotting Hector Bellerin to Barcelona swap deal with star desperate for a transfer, and then we're going to look at Arsenal's Martin Odegaard transfer bid, hints at the rest of Edu's plans before deadline. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal plot Hector Bellerin to Barcelona swap deal with star desperate for a transfer. So reports are stating that Barça are exploring ways they can sell and replace Hector Bellerin this summer, according to reports. Arsenal are reportedly plotting a swap deal with Barcelona which sees Hector Bellerin return to the new camp. Hector Bellerin spent time in the Barça academy before moving to Arsenal 10 years ago. However, the Spaniard is now said to be desperate to leave the Gunners in this window. Hector Bellerin struggled for game time under Mikel Arteta in the second half of last season. He has been unable to reach the form he showed before the anterior cruciate knee ligament injury he suffered in early 2019. Inter Milan were linked with the 26-year-old early in the window, but were not willing to match the Gunners' demands. Also wanted to sell the player or at least have an obligation to buy clause in a loan deal. But the Athletics say Inter were only willing to have an option to buy Bellerin. The same report says Hector Bellerin is frustrated at not being allowed to leave Arsenal. He was an unused substitute in the 2-0 opening day loss to Brentford on Friday. One idea that has been proposed is a swap between Arsenal and Barcelona involving Hector Bellerin and Brazilian Emerson Royal. However, a deal is not in an advanced stage yet. Barça exercised the option to sign Emerson this summer after part owning the player during his 2.5 years at Real Betis. Emerson came on in the 71st minute at Barca's 4-2 La Liga win over Real Sociedad on Sunday. The 22-year-old has 3 years remaining on his contract at the new camp. The Athletics says also considering a potential swap with Atletico Madrid for Kieran Trippier. However, Atletico have remained firm in their stance this summer that the England international is not for sale. Manchester United were interested in Trippier, but Atletico wanted his full release clause of £34 million to be paid. Also have signed 3 players so far this summer with just over 2 weeks of the window remaining. Mikel Arteta was asked about the potential of new signings following Friday's disappointing defeat to the Bees. Mikel Arteta said, "My focus is on the players that we have to make them play as well as possible and get the best out of them. Finding the way to win football matches, and certainly the next one. We are very clear of what we want to do, what our strengths are, and where we can improve. I don't think today's performance shows anything different to what we've already seen." So it looks like Arsenal plot Hector Bellerin to Barcelona swap deal with star desperate for a transfer. And I think this will be a decent bit of business by the Gunners if they are able to offload Hector Bellerin to Barcelona and bring in a right back from Barcelona as well. I think Barcelona are fully stacked in that position just like us, but we have average right backs, whereas Barcelona do have a little bit of potential stars such as the likes of Emerson Royal, Serginho Dest, and the likes of other players such as Sergio Roberto, and they have right backs in that position which also could target due to their financial situation, and Hector Bellerin is very likely to leave. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal's Martin Odegaard transfer bid hints at the rest of Edu's plans before deadline. So the reports are stating that Martin Odegaard has been linked to the reunion at the Emirates this summer. Arsenal's tactics decide Martin Odegaard could suggest further activity for transfer chief Edu in this summer's market. The Norwegian is reportedly being lined up for an initial season-long loan with an option to buy, which should free up the necessary funds to go after a marquee signing up top. The Gunners have been in need of a creative spark behind the strikers since Mesut Ozil met his unfortunate demise under Mikel Arteta. Martin Odegaard came in on loan for the second half of last season to plug that gap, although he has been back with parent club Real Madrid for the past few weeks. After initially being held as part of new boss Carlo Ancelotti's plans, various signs have slowly but surely pointed to the fact that he could be nearing the Bernabeu exit door. The 22-year-old has not been given a squad number for the season ahead, and he was left out of Madrid's season opener against Alaves. Now, Martin Odegaard's agent has reportedly flown to London to thrash out the final details of a season-long loan with a £30 million option to buy. With the Gunners set to hold their fee for the Norwegian until next summer, it could free up the funds to follow through on their striker hunt before the window slams shut. Arteta's side looked spineless up top during the 2-0 loss to Brentford on Friday, with the youngster following Bellerin failing to make the desired impact on his Premier League debut. Alexandre Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang are soon to return to Gunners' action, although neither of them can be considered long-term options anymore. Tammy Abraham was touted as a prime target for the Gunners, although the Englishman has landed in Italy to link up with Jose Mourinho at Roma. Inter Milan's Lautaro Martinez is another name on the pipeline, but a number of obstacles could stand in the way of getting that deal gaining traction. Firstly, the Argentine is thought to be keen on Champions League football, a luxury also cannot provide due to last season's disappointing league standing. Secondly, Inter may be reluctant to let him leave after the strike partner Romelu Lukaku sealed a £98 million move to Chelsea last week. A number of factors towards an attacking signing at the Emirates before the end of August, if only the perfect target could present itself. Perhaps a rogue name could be thrust into the mix over the coming days, unless they do can jump through hoops to make unlikely progress in the Lautaro Martinez hunts. But deals could also transpire at right back and in midfield, though they may be dependent on more players leaving in order to give Mikel Arteta funds. Clearly, though, bringing in Martin Odegaard on an initial loan would keep money free for Arsenal, and it appears Edu and co have designs on spending that cash to further strengthening the side. So it looks like Arsenal's Martin Odegaard transfer bid hints at the rest of Edu's plans before deadline. And Martin Odegaard is a player that looks very likely to join the Gunners, as it looks like Arsenal are very quick in progressing for this transfer. They realise that Martin Odegaard will not become a Real Madrid player. He doesn't even have a squad number. Martin Odegaard's agent has already travelled to London to discuss with Mikel Arteta and co. And it looks likely that it will be an initial season-long loan with an option to buy for £30 million. And I think this will be a good piece of transfer if Martin Odegaard turns out to be a great move. So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup posters, the special link I have put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.